Guys, going to show you back in the video. Today's video is what if Grett was the first person voted off in Top Drum All-Stars. So this idea was by Follow. Thank you for your suggestion. Let's begin. So right off the bat, Grett is eliminated. Episode 3, we have... Yes, you get the stuff underwater. So, for the yellow team, how Grett would lose, I don't know, just they lose no matter what. But in episode 3, we have the episode where a lake usually goes. So, Alec would still make that deal with Fiore. I think James Media wouldn't affect that. And instead of Grett doing it, the only difference being Grett wouldn't be leading the team. It would be someone like Connor, or Alec would have to do it himself, I imagine. Or Yule. But regardless of the situation, the Cyan team still lose, and they want to vote for Aiden, but everyone votes for Lake because Lake doesn't want to vote for Aiden. Episode 4, this is usually where Miriam goes. Alec makes the Villains Alliance with Ellie, Fiore, Rhea and Yule. It's just Grett's not in it. And Alec throws the challenge, gets rid of Miriam. So, episode 5, this is usually the Hunter episode. So we have the bike race. So in the bike race we have episode 5. This is episode 5. I believe this episode is... So the bike race, so we have Ellie, Tess, Yule, and I'm going to say... I think Yule will just do it on his own, and then we would have Jake and Hunter, so Jake and Hunter would still crash. So in the swimming challenge we'd have Ashley and Ali, and then I've got Beta Ashley there. Not sure why I put the Beta Ashley there. Still need to. I'm not sure why I had the Beta one there, but anyway, then it'd be a race. It would be Connor and Alex. It'd be Rhea, Gabby, James, and Fiore. So James would just carry Fiore on his back. So I'm pretty sure that Yule wouldn't be that good at the bike challenge, and I'm pretty sure that James would be, and Fiore would do a lot faster. But Rhea wouldn't still throw the challenge. The purple team lose. And Jake and James have their argument here. Ashley votes for James. I think James still gets voted off here. So the fight with Jake and James happens in 4 episodes later, I think. So episode 6. So the talents. Magenta still is born to drive me crazy. Cyan does piggyback, and Yellow does no matter how hard you try. So usually Rhea does it overdoes it on the lights. So I'm gonna say Rhea still loses to her team. The villains stick together and get rid of Connor. Sucks, but Connor's out here. Episode 7. Ballbusters. So the attackers and defenders. I think the attackers and defenders. Rhea, they just use punching as a punching bag, so Rhea would be the attacker. And here, what normally happens is I think they lose because of Fury. So Ashley is the attacker. Defenders would still play the same. The difference is Hunter would be an attacker as well. Tess and Gabby, attackers. Defenders, Jake and Aiden. And I feel like they'd send Rhea as an attacker, because Alec would still use his strategy of abusing Yule. So I think that would still happen. And I'm going to say the Gem team would still lose. And there's a difference here. I don't think Fury gets voted off, because Ashley and Jake need Fury on their side. So Fury will still vote for Hunter. I think Hunter goes home here. Episode 8, Give Me Space. So the villains alliance is found out at this point because of Miriam. Actually, so the villains alliance speaks out. So there's a question on, does Ashley and Jake get rid of Fury or will they get rid of Hunter still? I think they still go for Hunter because they realise that Jake and Ali are a couple, and if they get any further and it comes down to a tiebreaker, they might actually lose. So I think even though they wouldn't want to look at Fury, I think they slowly would do the same thing they did in the original. It's just a lot later than normal. Episode 8, Give Me Space. So Yul and Alec, Rhea still do the same, but they do originally. Aiden, Jake, and it would be Rhea. Aiden and Jake argue with each other. Jake still sabotages Aiden. They lose. Tess votes with them to get rid of Ellie. Ellie's out. Episode 9. So this is Slip and Slide. Okay, so normally what happens here, the magenta team slide. Your team's ball shoot into the basket. Your team wins. So Rhea would shoot a point. So Gabby, Alec, Ali, I think Alec. Rhea, Tess, Fury, Rhea, Yul, Tom, Ashley, I'm going to say Tom, Aiden, Jake, Alec, I'm going to say probably Jake. So I feel like the magenta team would still win immunity, and they now have a decision to make. So the villains have a decision to make. So these three, if I'm not trying to convince Gabby to vote for Rhea, but Gabby joins the villains to get rid of Tess. So Tess is out. It's merge day. This is the merge cast. Don't know why you. I'm not sure what's happening there. There are some technical difficulties here. Jake, Ashley, Aiden, Tom. One second. Bye, Yella. So all I did was move a few characters up and delete the teams. I'm not sure what was happening there. It's episode 10. This is All Fair and Love and Paintball. So normally the contestant wants to shoot each other, so the villains alliance is still intact, so Fury's with the villains. So the heroes are majority and Gabby's with the villains at this point. So they would still, Aiden and Tom would still argue with each other. Alec would still win immunity. Jake and Aiden still vote for each other. And the villains vote for Ashley. I think this would still work. Because they would see Ashley as a big threat. So I think Ashley would still get voted off. Like normal. So, and the others, Ashley said the 3 and Aiden. Ashley and Jake voted for Aiden, with the other two voting for everyone else voting for Ashley. So, the comeback episode, this is who comes back. I think Connor would still come back. I don't think anyone else. Don't think anybody else would. Don't think anybody else comes back. Connor still returns. Episode 12. The flag. Alec's partner, I don't know who it would be, but I'm just going to say Connor still comes back. Maybe Alec gets Connor, that'd be pretty cool. So I feel like Alec would win immunity, and I feel like Alec wins immunity, Rhea and Connor, so that's 3, and then it would be 5v5. So Gabby would still vote for Tom. The other 5 still vote for Gabby. And the tiebreaker, we've seen this before, Tom gets sent home. Episode 13. This is Disventures. This is the Superheroes Challenge. So, because at this point, the villains originally didn't have the numbers. So does Yul go home here? Well, as for the order, And the challenge, Alec would still be killed first, followed by Rhea, Ali, Connor, Yule would be next, Gabby, and Fury's determined, but I don't think Fury would win this challenge. I feel like Fury would be out with Alec. She'd be out with Alec. I think she would be out to save Alec. So I think she'd sacrifice it. She'd try to save Alec, and Alec would rush in, get himself killed in the process. I think they've mended their relationship at this point. So now, there's a big question. There is 5 villains to their 4 heroes. Who do they get rid of? Ali, Connor, or Jake? Alec's friends with Connor, so I don't think he gets rid of Connor here. And the person I think they would vote for would be... I don't think it's Yule here. I don't think Yule gets voted off because the villains usually don't vote for him. It's Connor they vote for. But would they still vote for Connor? Gabby's on their side because Yule is never mean to Grett here because Grett's not in the game. So, the heroes, they would vote for Fury. I think they wouldn't vote for Fury, I think they vote for Yule here. And the other 5, who did these 5 vote for? So Ali, Connor, Jake, and Aiden vote for Yule. And I feel like the others vote for the person that between Ali, Connor, and Jake. The person they vote for will probably be Aiden. Now, I know they vote for Connor originally, but let me explain in this scenario why I don't think they vote for him. Alec's friends with Connor, and I think Fury would respect that. I don't think Fury would want to vote for Connor here. Ali and Jake would bring more drama, and they would think they would never work together. And Aiden and Jake have just made up, so they're the only character. Aiden and Jake have just made up. On top of that, Aiden has also made it 4th in his season and made it 3rd in his season. I'm sorry, he came 3rd place in his season. And Aiden can be quite threatening if they go forward. So I think they would cut off Aiden at this point. So Aiden's out. Episode 14, this is the TikToks challenge. So there are 4 groups of people. So, Alec and Connor. Alec and Fury, Rhea and Yule, Gabby, and just gotta think for Gabby for a second. So who would Gabby with between Ali, Jake, or Connor? Just trying to see now. That would leave Connor. So that would leave Gabby and Fury. So I think Jake and Ali would win because they did the best outside of Aiden and Rhea. Actually, Rhea and Yule would win, followed by these 2. Then Connor and Alec, and then that would leave Gabby and Fury. So Gabby would alter ego would try to sabotage Fury, but I think Fury would be smart enough to not let Gabby lose her phone. So I'm gonna say Gabby still goes here. So the villains have still the majority at this point, but not by much. So weight off your shoulders. This is where they have to ask the questions. So final 7. Now, at this point, the villains alliance wasn't a thing. There was only Alec, Rhea, so Yule wasn't even here. I mean, Grett was, but Grett wasn't in their alliance. So, the order that they were actually eliminated was... So, let me get in the order. So, the first person was Aiden, but now I think it'd be Yule, because Yule's not that good, so I don't think he'd be out. Followed by Alec. So... Jake would still win immunity. So I think Jake would still win immunity. So Jake, Ali, Connor vote for Rhea. And the villains have a decision to make. Do they get rid of Rhea, or do they keep her around for one more vote? That is an interesting question. I think the villains decide, we need to decide, Fury, do we want to keep Rhea around at this point? Because Rhea will be quite threatening. But Fury says we should keep her around for a bit longer because we have the numbers to get rid of the heroes. So Alec doesn't want to get rid of Connor. But Rhea wants to get rid of Connor. But between Jake and Ali, Fury realizes that we might have to go for Rhea here, so I think these two would vote for with the heroes in the one-time vote, but they realize in a tiebreaker they might lose. So they decide that not vote for. They make a compromise. They don't want to get rid of Connor, so the four vote for Jake. Because Jake came 6th in the season, and he made it a lot further than Ali did in hers. So Jake is out. Episode 16. So Alec and Fury, they be together, and Alec would get Connor and would show him where the idol is. And Alec and Fury do this in good faith to try and win Connor and his side of the alliance, because they explain that they want to get rid of Rhea, as she would be quite threatening going forward. So they give Connor the idol, hopefully makes the right decision. But I feel like Alec and Fury would have the idol. So Alec would win immunity without Grett being here, and I think Fury would go off in this episode to try and get the idol herself, because she knows she's going home. And I think these two would vote for Connor. Connor and Ali would vote for Rhea, and Alec and Fury would give would vote for Rhea. So I think Rhea goes home. I think they would agree that Rhea's too much of a threat at this point. So they actually decide maybe we should get rid of Ali at this point, but they get rid of Rhea because they see her. Because they realize at this point that if it keeps going down to the final four, Rhea is going to be quite threatening, so they might as well get rid of her while they can. Episode 17, this is the racing on the horse. So this is where Connor would win the challenge without Rhea being here. I think Connor wins immunity. Connor and Ali vote for Yule. Grett and Fury vote for Yule. I think Yule. He votes for Ali. Alec and Fury vote for Yule. Connor votes for Yule and Ali, so I think Yule's out here. Episode 18. So, in this episode, so you can state a shock. This is a maze challenge. Connor was pretty good at this originally with one leg. I know Ali was pretty good at this challenge originally, but I think Ali could absolutely kill this challenge, and I think Alec and Fury would actually work quite well in this challenge together. And I think Alec would win immunity, as in State of Shock, Alec would also be quite good at puzzles and maps and stuff and mazes. So I think he absolutely killed this challenge and be very good at it. And outside of Grett, he was the second best person at this. So I think Alec wins immunity. So Connor and Ali vote for Fury, and Alec and Fury would ask Fury who she wants to face in a tiebreaker. And they would choose Ali. However, Fury has the immunity totem at this point. So Ali goes. Because of her totem, Fury's safe. Episode 19, this is the Helpers. So the Helpers. I think Connor gets Jake. Ali gets Tom. And then Fury gets Ashley, I think. And then that'd be kind of funny if... So, Ashley, I think. But this is an all-elimination. Episode 20, I think most people would root for Connor. I can't see Fury having many fans. Alec having a bit more, maybe, but I think most people would root for Connor. So in the Mind Challenge, Fury was actually pretty good at the challenge originally as a helper. So we know that Fury could probably get to the end. And I think between Alec and Connor, I feel like just because Connor's a really nice guy, I think third place, I'm going to give Fury and Alec and Connor. I think I'm going to give this to Fury. I think Fury will actually cross after them. Alec and Connor are much faster, so I think Fury would end up losing on that front. I think as a kind of a redemption, kind of like, sorry, Fury lets Alec cross. Or something like that, so I think Fury would be third here. So Fury, third place, pretty impressive. And episode 21, we have the fighting challenge, so point-to-point system. I think Connor would have actually won the season. I think Connor wins it. But as much as I love Alec, I think Connor would actually win the season. I think he should have won. I think it would be pretty cool if Connor actually won, because that sad story about Connor, about he never earned a penny for himself. I actually found that quite sad, really, how Connor actually downplays himself. Like, I really would have loved it if Connor actually won the season. But I will be doing how Grett Fury could win Total Drama All-Stars. Thank you guys for watching. This English run, I think season would have gone if Grett was the first person eliminated. And yeah, peace for all.